All right, we are ready. Thank you guys so much for being here today at the Helpful Honda Music Lounge to see the one and only incredible Teddy Swims. In his Barbie merch.
I ordered this jacket, now it's just getting fuzz everywhere. And it's been all in my beard. Kids don't have beards, though, I guess. So I worked on that one before I came in. I think it landed.
We want to congratulate you, first and foremost, on this album. We are so excited that you're here today. And before you get into your first song, I just want to read. I was going through your TikTok and your Instagram with some comments from fans.
Okay.
He's the songbird of our generation.
Love that. Thanks.
This album has me broken into 1,000 pieces, and yet I feel so understood.
Me too.
Thank you for your lyrics. And I will be screaming when he walks up to get his Grammy.
Oh, that's so sweet. I hope so.
How does it feel to have such diehard fans and such fans that relate and just love you as much as they do?
I couldn't appreciate it more, man. I feel so heard and loved, and I get to do this job with my best friends in the world, too, the best job in the world at that. So just thank you so much for caring about me and this little fat kid from Conyers, Georgia. So I really appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. So I'm just so grateful, and I just feel like we've created a safe space. You know, I always get to say something like this is like my living room, and when I'm in my living room, I walk around butt naked. So if you don't want to see me butt naked, you know,
we're okay
don't
with
come
that.
to my house if you don't want to see me butt naked. You know what I mean? So thank you for coming into my house, and I'm figuratively butt naked is what I mean, of course.
All right, let's get to the first song.
Okay, sure. What are we playing first? Oh, yeah, Some Things I'll Never Know. Okay, this is the first song on the album, by the way, and it's called Some Things I'll Never Know. And if I could just tell you a little bit about it, it means a lot to me. People walk out of your life, you know, and whether they're significant others or they're you're just friends in general, people walk out of your life and they leave you guessing why they would walk away or why they would hurt you that way. And you never get closure for those things. Sometimes people just block you, you know, and they just like have a kid with somebody on Facebook and you have no idea how that happened. That's very specific, I know. But I'm trying to say, you know, that you don't get closure for those things a lot, and it's up to you to reconcile that within yourself, you know. And so this is, if you haven't heard the song, I believe it's going to be a blessing to you. It's really healed me a lot. Walking down the street last night, watching strangers pass me by. Where do all our shadows go? I guess some things I'll never know. I can fool my senses for a little while, but some things are too hard to reconcile. When I look into your eyes, there's no answers I can't find. It's a feeling that I've never known. But when I'm wide awake tonight, running circles in my mind, there's an answer I can't find. When did your heart let me go? I guess some things I'll never know. I guess some things I'll never know. I'm running out of avenues, 'cause every road leads back to you. When memories fade, where do guess some things I'll never know. I can fool my senses for a little while, but some things are too hard to reconcile. Oh, when I look into your eyes, there's no answers I can find. It's a feeling that I've never known. When I'm wide awake tonight, running circles in my mind, there's an answer I can't find. When did your heart let me go? I guess some things I'll never know. I guess some things I'll never know. Ooh. Did I turn over every stone? Am I still there when your eyes close? When did your heart let me go? I guess some things I'll never know. Thank you so much. It's not much of an opener, is it, though? Just fucking bum everybody out immediately.
No, I feel like that's a song that not a lot of artists can capture. Everybody being able to relate to those songs, to those lyrics on some level. So I think opening the album with that song, at least this is how I interpret it. I don't know if this is how you meant for the album to go. For me, listening to it start to finish, it kind of takes you on this journey of losing someone or losing something. And it's the different stages of that. And so when you sit down and you're about to write this album or this particular song, do you go into it thinking like, I want it to have this particular sound or this particular message?
Not usually. I mean, sometimes there's been that, where I'll hear something, I'll write something down about what I want to say. But this one, I think, was just, this is the first time for me, I think I've been really honest and vulnerable about things. Because I have done songs where I've tried to write songs about, things at all, and I have an intention with it. But I find that intention rarely creates feeling like feeling creates feeling, And so I was weirdly writing this as this album came to be. I mean, I was clearly going through a rough patch with the girl I'm no longer with. So obviously, if that wasn't clear to you, but but I was writing about these things we were going through, and I was really kind of grieving this. I was grieving the end of this relationship before it really had ever ended, and I didn't know that my heart was really telling me that I was in the wrong place, and that I wasn't meant to be in that spot. And so I'm grateful to be on the other side of that. And I feel like for the last year and a half of that relationship, I was really grieving the loss of that person rather than actually ever lost that person, So as the more that this album has been out into the world, it actually it's teaching me things now that I didn't know I was feeling then, when I was writing this stuff, which is quite neat.
Do you have a particular example of something you've learned about yourself while writing this album?
Yeah, that I'm worthy of love, and yeah, thank you. Yeah, that I think, and I say this every night when we play too. If you have anybody in your life telling you you're not allowed to feel a certain way, or you're not supposed to feel something, or you're crazy for feeling something, you need to get those people out of your life. You know what I'm saying? Really get those people so far away from you. You can't have that in your life. People telling you how to feel, that you're not allowed to feel this way, that you're crazy, that you're ugly, you're fat. They didn't say that to me. I've been saying that to myself, obviously. But and I'm trying to get that guy out of my life too. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm worthy of love, and I deserve love, and I'm allowed to feel the way I feel, and I hope somebody's telling you that too.
And I know leading up to this album, you have tried everything but therapy.
Yeah, true that. Yeah.
But this album, I feel, can be therapy for us listening. And how does that make you feel, knowing like you are being the therapy for us that we might need.
Well, that's what I hope. I just hope that there's not really many answers in this album, but if you just know somebody feels the way you feel, and I feel blessed enough to know that there's a safe space that I can share openly and be vulnerable and honest, and if I can just create that safe place for somebody, that's just all I ever want to do.
I'm sure everybody in here feels the same way, but there are so many times during that album that I'd be like, yes, like you said exactly what I have felt at some point in my life.
I hope so.
So let's hear some more music.
Yeah, let's do it. Where are we at now? The Door. Okay, yeah. Well, this one's about kicking off on people out of your life. So. I took a page out of your favorite book. You saw me last just by the way you look. Taught me a language that I'll never speak. Baby, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. I dug my grave watching the way you move. You took me higher than I ever flew. Too many times gave you a second chance. Baby, I'm just a man. I'm just a man. No, we're thinking about you late night. No, we're running around with your friends now. I'm picking up pieces of my soul above the floor. Said I would die for you, baby, but I can't take this pain no more. I thought I was willing, but tonight I saved my life when I showed you the door. I don't wanna lose you, baby, but I can't play this game no more. I thought it would kill me, but tonight I saved my life when I showed you the door. You never thought this day would ever come. When I looked you in the eyes and pulled the rug, you tried to take away my sanity. Baby, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. Oh no, I'm thinking about you late night. No, I'm running around with your friends now. I'm picking up pieces of my soul upon the floor. I said I would die for you, baby, but I can't take this pain no more. I thought I was weary, but tonight I saved my life when I showed you the door. I don't wanna lose you, baby, but I can't play this game no more. I thought it would kill me, but tonight I saved my life when I showed you the door. When I showed you the door. I said I would die for you, baby, but I can't take your shit no more. I thought I was willing, but tonight I saved my life when I showed you the door. Thank you.
Teddy Swims inside the Helpful Honda Music Lounge. We have some questions from some people in the audience. If this is your question, please raise your hand so Teddy knows. Who would you want to do a duet with?
I think my biggest dream would be Stevie Wonder. To be honest, I really have and him and like Paul McCartney, before they get a little too old, they're getting up there. You know, I don't know, their best years might be behind them. So, and I'd like to meet them before my best years get behind me, because I think I got a couple left. I'm just playing up. That's not a cry for help. I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around, guys. Really though, don't be worried about me.
You're totally fine. You're fine. You're good. What is the most meaningful song you have written, and what were you going through at the time?
I think Some Things I'll Never Know is really that one for me. That really just gave me a lot of closure. And there's a song I put on an EP. I can't remember which one. Simple Things is really, really close to my heart too. If you ever heard it, it's a really good song in my life. And I was going through a time where I had lost a good friend of mine, and I was living on this porch, right? And there's this line in the song that says, "How could I forget the sweet smell of the honeysuckles and the breeze?" And I was going through this time, and my friend had just passed, and I was standing outside on my porch and smoking cigarettes like I used to do, not anymore, and smoking cigarettes on the porch. And I'd been staying there for like 13 months, and it was raining, and it was coming on the fall, and so this tree was dying in front of me, and I just had noticed it was a honeysuckle tree. And I'd been living there for 13 months, and I had no idea this thing was in my face. But as a kid, I used to make my mom pull over. We'd smell them in the air, and we'd go pick them out and suck them, and I didn't know it was there for 13 months. And it was something I could smell a mile away when I was a kid, And I told my friend, I was living with me at the time, I said, "Did you know this was a honeysuckle tree here, man?" And he said, "Yeah, man, it sucks you're just in time to watch it die, And that really messed with me. And so that song came from that. And, just making sure to be present in moments with people and looking people in the eyes and making sure you really, really connect with someone. And quality time is so valuable, and it's not a price you can put on that. So thank you for giving me yours,
This one is not music related. What was your favorite board game to play growing up, and your favorite board game now?
I'm there for the long haul, so I'm a real Monopoly guy.
Okay, okay.
And I'm also an entrepreneur, so like... I'm a real businessman, so if you could tell that about me, I'm like basically like, I'm a shark, baby. Don't play Monopoly. We'll be there all night, and I'm not coming. I'm not taking it in. You're gonna have to mortgage every one of your homes.
I don't think I've ever fully finished a game of Monopoly. You're there till the end.
Oh man, I'm there.
Oh, wow.
I'm there. I'm mansions on Boardwalk right now, my dog.
What's your favorite tattoo and your most meaningful tattoo?
That's such a hard thing to. There's a lot of them. I think I don't know if I have a favorite, but my most meaningful one I think is I think it's this side over here. It says "Home at Last." My granddad was a Pentecostal pastor when I was growing up, and so he had always told me, like, son, the calling of God is without repentance. So you just know you have this calling on your life. Please promise me you will not get your face tattooed. And so so when he passed away, I got one on my face in commemorance of him, Just a way to say, like, hey, man, if heaven exists, when I get up there, I know he's going to bend me over his knee one more time and whip my ass silly, so.
And you just got a new one, right, in Phoenix? I saw on your
Instagram? I got this little guy right here. It's a little snowman that says it's okay to suck, and right here.
Okay.
And
Jiminy Cricket over there as well.
Tiny little heart right here. And I did get some honeysuckles right here a couple of days ago too. I can't. I'm getting carried away on this face. I know.
You can't stop. You can't
Again,
stop.
no, this is not a cry for help.
And then this last question says it's from your number one fan, Terry. Who has been your favorite person you collaborated with? And you already answered this, the next one about a future collaboration. But who's been the favorite person you've collaborated with?
Man,
so
I really love Thomas Rhett's really, really close to my heart, man. He's a really good dude. Yeah, bro.
One of my favorite songs of
man,
yours.
Thank you. And he also just it hit number one on country radio. His song "Angels Don't Always Have Wings." I got the chance to write that with him as well, and I'm still on the background vocals on that song as well. And I think Meghan Trainor is also really such an amazing, healing, wonderful individual. Her family's so great, and Meghan Trainor's, I think, the nicest person I've ever met. So I think she's got to be it for sure.
Okay, let's hear some another song.
Sure.
All right.
We're playing Last Communion. Okay. Well, this song right here is about the unfairness of making somebody your everything. I've been on both sides of this. When it comes to both sides of that coin, when it comes to a relationship, and you can't make somebody your everything. You can't put somebody in charge of your happiness, and also you can't be in charge of somebody's happiness. What happens is we're humans and we fail each other, and that's what we're going to do over and over again is fail each other. So if you put somebody in charge of your everything and make them your everything and make them a god in your life, they're just going to fail you, and it's going to hold this resentment towards each other. And so this song is called Last Communion, and I think it's kind of about that. I used to believe heaven was bulletproof. Only God could turn a red light blue. And Cutting me deep, dying to talk to you. Only love could push the blade right through. This love's an orphan calling on deaf ears. And there's no afterlife, but if there is, it's late in the night time, so it's the right time for sleep talking, sleep talking. And now the heart shot, buried under each and every word unsaid. 24 hours since goodbye, God bless, before we let the ghosts get away. One last communion, babe. One last. So I let it go with nobody else around. I couldn't watch forever fall face down. So I turned my head the second it hit the ground, and I felt it, but it made no sound. This love's an orphan calling on deaf ears, and there's no afterlife, but if there is, it's late in the night time, so it's the right time for sleep talking, sleep talking. It was a grand old age. Oh, yes, I know that nothing gold can stay, but I couldn't bring myself to turn that page before I drop a kiss on the grave. One last communion, babe. One last communion, babe. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You came on our show a couple months ago, and I told you, and I still feel the same way. You are the only artist that makes me lose control of my face when you sing. Like, I cannot help but just make the ugliest faces.
Well,
Your voice is just phenomenal, and every song on this album is the sound is so unique, but then it's so uniquely you. As you listen to each song, I'm just such a big fan. I've been a fan of yours for years. And so it's so exciting to see the success of this album and your success. What was the moment for you where you realized there's something here, something big is about to happen?
It's kind of weird because I don't think it's like a music thing, but I was speaking of Megan Trainor. I was last year. I happened right before we did our song together. I happened to be there, and her husband Daryl Sabara. He was a Spy Kid in the Spy Kids movie, you know. And I grew up watching that. It was just awesome. I love him so much on Spy Kids. And so on his 30th birthday last year, he had like rented this little movie theater in the Soho House out here in LA, and we watched Spy Kids 2 for his 30th birthday. And I know this is funny, but I literally I called my mom and I was like, "Mom, you would never believe this. I watched Spy Kids with the Spy Kids. This is so sick."
That was it. That was the moment.
Was it for me. Yeah, that was really the moment for me. Alexa Vega was there too, and I've been dying to meet her. I had a huge crush on his sister Carmen in the movie for the longest time, and she's married. I totally said like the most dumb thing. He's like, "Hey, look, so Alexa's here," and I was like, "Dude, it's such a pleasure. You're my first crush ever. I used to like make out with my pillow to you." And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry." She was a good sport about it, though. She was a good sport about it. And I was like,
That's flattering.
why did I say that? Why did I say that? It just came out of me. I just fell out. Starstruck, I guess. I don't know. But that was my moment, yeah.
Spy Kids. It's great. It's a great story.
I was like 6, guys. Calm down. Very sexually confused. I used to love Little Bunny. I thought that bunny was hot. You know what I mean?
We have one more song from you today, but before you go, I have a question about the album. Since this is part 1, I tried everything but therapy, part 1. The last song on the album, Evergreen, it feels very hopeful to me. Yeah. It feels like that's the one song where everything's kind of coming together. I don't know if you know this or yet not, but will part 2 start in that place?
That's the hope. You know, that's the real hope is that part 2 is going to be on this like partly through my healing journey, and I'm going to be like it's more answers than questions, you know, and I feel like hopefully I'll be like freshly in love or something by then. I don't know, but knowing me, it'll probably just be more depressing music.
It makes
Again,
great
don't
music.
worry about me, though. Just reiterating that. I'm glad I have this outlet, you know, because I can be happy like this in the other parts of my life. So it's really nothing to worry about. I know, the more I say that, the more scary it's probably becoming.
You've said it a few times. I don't know if we really should be worried, but we'll take your word for it. But a few days before the album came out, you said once the album was out, you made a promise to yourself to start therapy. Did you keep that promise?
Not yet, but I'm. But we're on the
busy. You're a
we're on
busy
the
guy.
road. We're on the road. So like, you know, I'm currently like trying to find a, you know, person, and we're making the steps, you know. But yeah, I definitely lied. As of right now, though, I'm a liar.
Steps are being made. That's
steps
what
are
counts.
being made. Yeah, and we're talking about it. So what else do you want?
Well, we're such big fans of yours. Thank you so much for being here today. And let's hear one more song.
Thank you so much for having me. Hey, by the way, this is my best friend Addie and JJ, by the way, guys. I just wanted to... So thank you for letting me do the best job in the world, my best pals, and thank you for being here. This song's called Lose Control. Something's got a hold on me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in, and the devil's knocking at my door. Whoa, out of my mind. How many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me. Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know I lose control when you're not next to me? I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me. Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. Problematic, want your body like a fiend, like a bad habit. Bad habits hard to break when I'm with you. Yeah, I know I can do it on my own, but I want that real full black magic that it takes to. Problematic. Problem is when I'm with you, I'm an addict, and I need some relief. My skin and your teeth can't see the forest through the trees. Got me down on my knees, darling, please. Oh, I lose control when you're not next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control when Thank you. I hate when my feet can't touch the ground.
One more time, Teddy Swims.
Thank you.